Hello, welcome to Autodesk Maya 2014 Essentials, written by Paul Nass and published by Cybex. We're going to jump into Chapter 2 and look at how to animate a bouncing ball. Because this is a new project from scratch, we're going to set our project. You want to make sure that you're setting your project every time you open a new scene. So if you just started working and you're going to open up a new scene. You also want to make sure you're setting your project when you are creating a new project. So I'm going to go ahead and set project. Now, it's by default going to go into my Maya folder that generates automatically in my user account. I want to create a new folder, and you can put yours on the desktop, you can put yours on a jump drive. It's better not to necessarily work from a jump drive if you can help it, and often they don't show up here anyway. So I'd recommend working natively on the computer. So I'm going to go ahead and create the folder and tell it that I want to save in this folder. So setting project is really just telling it, hey, this is where all the things that I want are going to live. This is their house. And you can create your folder outside of this and then show it after. I just happen to need to create one from scratch. So if I press set, it's going to come up with this, and it's going to say, do you want a default workspace? And I do, because I just have a completely empty folder. And that's part of it. The other part we need to do is, because this is a new project, I need to go to Project Window. What Project Window does is generate all of these folders, and they're empty right now. But as I make things and save things, they'll start to fill up, and it's where I can save assets that I want to use in the future as well. So I'm going to accept that. So now I have a folder called ball for this chapter 2, and I have set to it. So that way everything will save in there, and I've generated some folders that Maya will use to store things. I need to do a few other things before I get started. In my time range here, I only want 24 frames, so I'm going to type in 24 and hit enter, and that'll just take the timeline down to 24 frames. Another thing that you want to make sure you've got going on is under your preferences. So because I'm in a PC right now, I'm going to go to Windows Preferences. Oops, Settings, Preferences. I want to make sure that my playback is occurring at 24 frames per second. So make sure that you're going at 24 frames per second for your playback. Otherwise, Maya tries to play it back as fast as it can, which either makes it really fast when you have nothing going on, or really slow when you have a lot going on. So playing back at 24 frames per second gives you a better idea of what the final will look like. You can also edit your preferences by clicking this little guy, and that's your time slider preferences. So right now I also want to change this to 24, so it's confusing. So you want to do your settings and your working units in film, but then you also want to change your time slider to play back at real time. So two places to tell it to play at 24. So a little annoying, but you'll get it memorized. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that out. Okay, the last bit of business I want to take care of before I get started is I want to turn on the resolution gate. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to go to Camera Settings. I'm going to look for Resolution Gate. And that's going to show me what's going to output currently. And that way I won't bounce the ball outside of the frame. This is just a guide to help you understand what you're going to get when you're done and you render out. Alright, next we're going to look at how to generate a polygon to work with.